in. Today is amazing guest, Avi Golden. Not only is he a stroke survivor, slash aphasia survivor, um, but such an inspiration to everyone. So let's go ahead and get started. And good morning.
Hello, how are you?
Good, good. Can you hear me okay?
I think so. I don't know. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh no, that's okay. So yeah, so I usually the first thing I love to ask is who was Avi before your stroke? Well, first of all, you went in for just a seamlessly um, operation. No big, I'm not no big deal, but yeah,
Uh, yeah, basically for a paramedic in New York City, and I was going to go to medical school, but first of all, I have a surgery. I have a AV valve is a prolapse. Is very it's very large, but still it's very very surgery is no problem. No problem. Um, Unfortunately, in the surgery, I have a stroke resulting in aphasia. Uh, so everybody is like, "Oh, oh, I think Avi is not so much, uh, not good for me." Um, but now first of all, I laugh because it's funny, um, and I speak. I mean, I worked with a speech pathologist together, working with speech pathology, work with speech pathology and me working. Um, and then also, I speak with EMS or the hospital about aphasia with a speech pathology, so that's great.
yeah,
Uh, and I also speak with a lot of people with disability, people with aphasia, kids, etc., to speak about my story, but also disability sports. And that's, I mean, for me, I love it. So I want to bring more awareness about disability sports as well.
yes, you are. I mean, do you see the comments that are coming in?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome. Yeah, because it's pretty amazing. Your story is just, before your stroke, you are so active. I mean, you were snow. I think one of your things you said is you're an active snowboarder. Um, I mean, you're so athletic. I mean, all the stuff that you do. It was me reading through all the stuff. Wow, unbelievable. Maybe you could talk about that.
It's amazing. Um, Again, well, I can. So basically, before the stroke, I was a critical care and flight paramedic in New York City, full time at North Shore LIJ, and part time at Columbia Presbyterian or Maimonides or whatever you want. That's not funny at all. Uh, Coughing.
Well, the thing is Mike Peters. Do you know? I don't know. You probably saw that. Every time doing stuff, I'm coughing. So it's just a running joke that he does to us.
Me,
So
I understand. It's funny.
yeah,
Um, so and then I was going to go to medical school, but first of all, I see. So my father has AV valve as a prolapse, so it's a hereditary. So I say, you know what? Before medical school, I'm gonna go to surgery. Do it is but is big because his heart is a heart condition, but at the same time it's small because a lot of people go and do it, and everything is okay.
Right.
But every 1 or 2% has complication, and unfortunately, I have complication. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, so yeah, uh, but now, I so I learn with a speech pathology together, working every day, 5 days a week, to learn, and for me, it's getting better. I mean, it's 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 years ago, but it's getting better.
Yes.
Um, but also speak with a speech pathology together, working with EMS or hospital or police or firemen, uh, talking about aphasia, and then also love like disability sport, people with disability, people with aphasia, people with kids, um, OT students, PT students, speech pathology students, to speak about my story and disability sports with 1 or 2 people who has aphasia as well together. So it's really very, very cool.
It
And
is.
yeah, and then I love again to before I love skiing, snowboarding, hiking, whatever. And now after the stroke is no working because I have aphasia, so whatever. But many I go a lot of places more because not work at all, because I go and I have a good time. So it's really very, very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you spent 2 months in the hospital, then rehab.
Yes, yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Uh, 4 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
Uh, 2 months at Columbia Presbyterian, and then 2 months at North Shore LIJ.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing because I mean, same thing. 2 months in the hospital, and then outpatient. Because you've been doing therapy since you had your stroke, currently till.
Yeah, all the
Wow.
time.
Yeah. 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 And you're still during this pandemic. You're still going to therapy.
Every day. I mean, right now, no, because it's vacation, like ho- holiday, and New York City, New York, you, New York. No, the tomorrow, not tomorrow, Thursday
Yeah.
is
I love it. I know what you're doing. I mean, I know this because do this. And you've got such a great attitude, that because I know, I could, we know what to say, but it doesn't just kind of blah, comes out. And New Year's Eve, right?
yes, yes, yes. That's crazy,
Yeah, yeah,
but yeah, it
yeah,
is crazy. But
yeah.
yes, and everybody who has aphasia, and everybody, I think a lot of people laugh hysterically because they have aphasia, so they work, but they laugh hysterically because it's your is me. My speaking is I speak and I speak in my head, like for example, dog,
Yep.
and out says cat or mouse or gerbil or rat, whatever, and I say, "What the hell? Like what?" That's and I'm laughing, and a lot of is a speech pathology laugh hysterically because they understand that it's funny. So yeah.
So when you go out to like paramedics or to um, firehouses and talk to them about aphasia, do you find that most people don't know what it really means?
So EMS and the hospital knows what aphasia is, but actually, a- a- yet they do know what aphasia is, but a lot of times they don't really don't know that it's um so I have a PowerPoint. So basically, after the stroke, I went after the surgery. After the stroke, I say, you know what? I'm gonna go to paramedic textbook and read what is aphasia, because I know what aphasia is, but I don't really understand, and I don't care because um, paramedic textbook is 1,000 pages. Is a lot of stuff, not
Right.
just aphasia. So I went to glossary, and I see it's 4 words: difficulty naming object correctly, and that's it. And I say, what? So a lot of people know what aphasia is, but don't realize or don't care, and that's okay. But I am working. I am working with a lot of people, a lot of EMS or hospital to understand more than before, and that
Right.
is amazing for me.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
And but you find any time during your hospital stay when you had the stroke, did you think, why me, or did you feel like down in the dumps and all that in the beginning? Because you don't seem like a person that would have happened.
Yeah, yeah, and no, absolutely. 2 days, 2 weeks,
Hmm.
2 weeks. I am not going to OT, PT, and speech pathology um, because is new, and I am sad. Or 1 or 2 times I cried because in my head I say, "Oh my God, what's going on?" I'm angry. I'm angry
Sure.
because I'm like whatever. But all I can say was Michael.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, what's like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Um, so I was crying 1 or 2 times
Hmm.
and sad. But then in my head, I say, you know what? I want to, I want to, I want to bring, I want to learn with a speech pathology together. So for 1 or 6 weeks, was working, and it's getting better. Um, and but also I am in my head still there is I want to go to medical school. So I think that's it. Like,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you see, Stevens, he was an EMS and he never heard the word aphasia. 10 years in there.
Really, that's very interesting.
Yeah, until he's a patient. Interesting. Yeah, yeah. So you had a PowerPoint regarding, because now that I mean, you're currently after the stroke, and then you going skydiving. Didn't
Yeah,
you?
I can, I can. Is the PowerPoint? I can show you the PowerPoint.
Yeah, certainly,
Yeah. Okay.
certainly.
So let's see. Let's see. Shares.
Oh,
Okay.
look at this. It's incredible. I mean, you're on the other side and doing this. So if I put it right over here, oh,
You saw it.
let's see here. Do you?
Let's see that one. Do you see?
Yeah,
Okay,
yes, that's you.
that's me before the stroke. And then part time is a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Maimane is Rosa Victor, stuff like that. And I was going to go to medical school, but then in the surgery, I have a stroke. So there's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff. So, so I have broken aphasias. So I understand they understand me,
Sure.
understand there, but is me is it's hard to communicate. Um, uh, but but here we go. After the stroke, and see,
There
I,
you are.
and I don't now. I'm still not writing, but I but I have a for me, I have a I have d- b- nuance Nuanced dragon is
Hmm.
dictation. So I speak, and Nuanced Dragon listens and writes. So it's really good. So you can look it up. It's Nuanced Dragon. So it's really cool. But again, everybody is different. Um, stuff like that. And then uh, a lot of people. I went to in the hospital. A lot. At one time, I went to a lot of. I went to EMS party.
Right?
Oh, here we go. Um, in New York City is help, help, help is 1013. So I go to uh, in Mulcahy's is a bar with a lot of EMS, police, hospital. Have a lot of people who's friends with me, but also a lot of friends and stuff like that.
A
Um,
lot of support. Amazing.
yeah,
So important.
and then this is the paramedic textbook, like that one. Um, and then I speak with a lot of a lot of places, a lot of places and hospitals, but also a lot of EMS, police. Sorry, speech pathology students, OTP, PT students, kids, stuff like that.
It's great you're doing this.
I mean, I think I everybody will everything. I want to no, I want people who has aphasia speak more, meaning I want not me, more people, more to
Yes.
to speak. Yeah, to speak like you, like you. Yeah,
It doesn't always come out right.
yeah. It also is great. Magazine, a lot of magazine is disability sports or disability. So you
Yes.
look it up. It's amazing. And then, and then, so I like to do a lot of stuff.
Yes. And Stephen, um, what is the PowerPoint link? I'd like to send it to local department chiefs. Um, I think I have it. Um,
Okay, but
but
also,
if you
sorry.
have it, you can share that.
Yeah, and I will email. I will. Um, how do you check? I will look around. But also, I can. My name is Avi Golden. My email is great. It's Avi Golden Golden at Gmail. That's it. Or my phone, one or the other.
Yes.
But I will show you a lot of stuff. And um, riding horse in the winter or the spring.
Okay. Mike Peters. We always got one in the crowd here. Nothing. Nothing that comes out of Jerry's mouth makes sense. Oh, I love you.
In Israel,
Yes.
parachuting, lighting, yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Zip lining,
And this is after the stroke.
yeah. Everything is after the stroke. So pistol racing, one-handed,
Yeah.
and then Helen Say's Hospital and Burke Rehab in New York City is a lot of disability sports. So and it's free, So there's a lot of stuff to do.
Right.
Gliding, and then scuba in the pool. And then later, a lot of people and me went to Bonn and have a good time. Also,
Right.
rock climbing.
Now, you mentioned, uh, tell us about, unless this is probably what we're talking about, there's a rich mix of non-traditional therapies that you did.
Sure. Um, is many years ago, not today, but many years ago, is acupuncture, uh, massage. A lot of stuff, a lot of interest, a lot of stuff. And it's okay. I mean, it's for me, it's so for me, but again, everybody is different. So,
Sure. Have you had Botox before? Because that helped me.
many years ago, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, and acupuncture, uh,
Yeah.
and uh, and a lot of interesting experiments. I I I go. I passed out with
Oh,
acupuncture.
oh, I'm so glad you could see that.
That's
You know who he is, right? Mike is in South Wales, United Kingdom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. He- I mean, and you saw, well, Paul Cummings. You rock. Trying to keep up with some of these
I see.
comments. So yeah, so you're doing a lot of
Yeah,
non-traditional therapies as well, which
and also experiment. A lot of people and me going to uh, speech pathology
yeah,
or OT or PT and work with experiments. A lot of stuff. So a lot of um, a lot of hands or
yeah,
speaking. A lot of interesting speaking engagements. Not engagement. Experiment. A lot of
sure.
experiments. But I live in New York City, so I go a lot of five boroughs and I work with the hospital. So it's interesting, very
Yeah,
interesting.
and it's funny because a lot of people, you live where I grew up in Long Island, and so we call it boroughs.
Right.
Yeah, here well, in Texas they call it, there's a lot of people, there's so many different, but the same thing in a different way that they say it. You do, but oh, what about your family? Because I mean, you have some amazing support system with your community and the healthcare.
Yeah. So before I was a paramedic, so I still a lot of friends in EMS or the hospital to get meaning they are friends with me.
Sure.
So um so now I friends with them, but also I am speaking with them to they understand more than before. So it's very very good uh, for me because yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because Mike, you can see Mike's asking about your family.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
you're
Uh,
making fun of me though.
my family also is together as well.
Nice, good. So that's what I think we're getting to, like the support system through your family.
Yeah,
Really.
absolutely. Um, Also, I just want to say again, disability sports are amazing, and it's two people, two website. Ability Expo is in New York City, but also L.A., Francisco Bay, Dallas, Houston, and like six or seven different locations around the USA. Um, so look it up again. It's Ability Expo, and again, I can email with um, Jerry, and you can see the disability sports, but also, and this is amazing for me, is amazing. No Barrier Summit is a disability sports. So every year in the summer, they come. A lot of people, not is wounded warriors, uh, wheelchair, um, kids, disability people together help a lot of stuff. So 3 days in the morning, skiing, snowboarding, hiking, whatever you want, like crazy, crazy, crazy. And again, I can show you a lot of stuff with disabilities sport. And then in the evening, people who has speaking who has disability speak about their story, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So I'll, yeah. So a lot of people who has aphasia, or a lot of people is friends with me, going to and going to No Barrier Summit. So it's 3 days, and it's one uh, uh, 100. 3 days for $100. 100.
Yes.
The only thing is, the expensive is airplane and hotel. It's very expensive.
Right.
Meaning, but for me, I go with 3 people, and it's less. It's like for me, it's like $200 for 3 days. So
Sure.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And you talk about a motivational speaker. That's kind of a goal for you, or you're doing it now when you're like speaking to like engagements. Talking to a lot of people, and it's kind of a motivational speaker. Which I read some of that stuff that you were talking about that.
Thank God. It's yeah, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
No, that's great. I love it. I mean, but looking at all these comments, obviously you are very loved, and you've got some great stories out there, and it really does sound like you've come so far. Just like Lynette is saying here, you've come so far since I email. Okay, so, well, everybody, look at this. Everybody knows you.
No, but 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 a lot of people, like for example, your my Jerry, your Jerry. I mean, you also are going and working with uh people with disability or people with
Yeah,
aphasia to speak also. So is bring other uh together, not together. Together is good also, but
sure.
separate, like to know that. Yeah.
No, I completely understand what you're saying, but I find like going to the store before this pandemic, when I used to go to our store, and I started talking to people. It's funny when I talk to people, they think I'm kind of dumb, that I don't know what I'm saying, and because most people that I found don't really know aphasia. They don't really know what aphasia is. So
Yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
yeah.
But
So what else do you have that's because you're into theater, like productions and stuff. You've currently done that, haven't you?
yeah, can I show you the no another PowerPoint?
Perfect. Yeah, I'd love to see it because I know Mike Peters. He says he was in theater. He has, but I have to gotta you know gotta give him a hard time. But it's nice to see. Thank you, Lynette, for sharing this. Um, I'll bring it up here. And yeah, this is perfect, Salute. Right.
Yeah.
Obvious, refreshing to hear you speak. I mean, you're so positive. It's going to put me in a great mood this whole day today. Every time we talk. Let's
Thank
see. Yeah, let's see. There's got to be a better way to put this up here. Let's see. Let's just go back to what we were doing. Oops. I don't know if can people see that? Or do I need to move it? This is just really, I'm trying to figure this out, Avi. Okay, we'll just keep it there for a second so people can see.
And crazy. Come on. Seriously? Swimming with pigs? Like what?
Yeah, wow. They actually can swim.
Yeah. Crazy. But also it's two thing. Number one, No Barrier Summit. Look it up every year in the summer. It's
Right?
amazing. And then in the evening, people who have disability speak about their story. So Kyle Weinerberg, he is blind. He was going to Mount Everest and climbing. climb. Is blind. Is blind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the other Kyle, he has no arms, no leg. He doesn't care. So he and Kyle together went another mountain and climbed like crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, so yeah. Well, now it's virus, so no. But next year, either maybe San Francisco Bay or Washington D.C. I don't know whether. Yeah. But also, you can go with Adler Aphasia Center in Maywood and have a good time with a lot of people. Meaning,
Yeah.
plays, a lot of plays. Every year is a play, and it's free. And a lot of people who has aphasia don't speak or do speak or whatever, and have a good time. So it's really cool. Um, uh, yeah, this one, yeah, and that's it.
It, it's just absolutely very motivating to know all these things are out there for disabled people to get involved with.
Yeah,
Especially, the do you actually ride a trike?
yes, yes. I mean, not today because of the virus, but every so not every 1 or 2 days, 1 or 2 weeks, I ru- I ru- I am riding. I live in Kew Garden Hills,
Right.
like Main and Jewel. So, uh, 5 or 10 minutes is uh is a no park,
Right.
big park. So I go to the park and ride as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I do like the fact that you actually talk to and speak to the first responders about aphasia.
yeah, yes. Thank God. Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
And then you found out that a lot of them do know about aphasia, which because I talked to, even I can remember when I before the after the stroke, people didn't, even nurses, some of them didn't really realize what aphasia was. They knew it was a speaking, you have to go to speech therapy.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
A speech pathology. Sorry, a lot of people are in speech pathology. And first of all, speech pathology is, I did not know that at all in the hospital. In fact, I did not know it before the stroke. I did not know it is a speech pathology. But after the stroke, they are working with me together, working. Um, and so now uh, the speech pathology and me together work together with EMS or the hospital. So
Wow.
they speaking with EMS or hospitals, so they understand more than before. So that's good. That's a very strong messages. So yeah.
Yeah, so they see someone with aphasia, and they is my like this is, you can always count on like the you saw the other one he said, but don't tell my wife.
I
Yeah.
think I will. I can do it. I can marry me. That's fine with me. Let's go.
That's right. And Mark, nice to see you here. Um, yeah, Mike, you got me so confused now. I don't know what I was getting to here. Um, I forgot. I guess I can just look at some of the comments here. Cleaning clients had a stroke and aphasia. Wow. And it's funny that there's more people out there that have had strokes after before I had a stroke. I don't know if you felt the same way. Uh, did you find more people that you run into that have had a stroke just because you had a stroke?
Yeah, actually, it's funny because I I was walking before the viruses. I'm walking a lot, and I see uh, uh, stroke people with stroke. So I say, "Hi, how are you?" My name is Avi. I have a question with you. Uh, I have a stroke. Do you have a stroke now? And a lot of people are saying, yes, how'd you know? And I say, because I have a stroke as well. See my arm, so I got, so, yeah, yeah. So a lot of people, is together with me,
Yeah,
meaning, uh, together with Facebook, meaning together I go and I say, here, this is my card. This is my name, Avi, my phone number, my email, and also Facebook and LinkedIn together. So I please pass me you, and maybe email or call or
yeah,
what's up, Facebook, and a lot of people will are emailing or Facebook. So
right.
it's good.
Uh,
And by the way, laughter is the best medicine. Absolutely. Yeah.
it is. Thank you, Salute. Yeah, I agree. I mean, do you have any issues with the I don't know why I keep saying issues for PBA where you start crying out of the blue or you start laughing out of the blue. I mean, is
Uh,
that do you have that?
for me, no, but laughing hysterically, because it's funny. I mean, for me, I have strokes. So that, it's so sad, but I think for me, I'm laughing because number one, it is funny. I mean, why not? And number two, I'm laughing hysterically with a speech pathology or people with disability, people with aphasia, to say, huh, that's so funny. In my head, I say, I want ice cream, and Al says, Michael, 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 you know, and
Yeah,
and I laughing hysterically because that's funny.
yeah, I'm with you. I completely understand that. You know, it is pretty funny. So um, let's see. There's oh, Paul, thanks for showing up here. Appreciate it. Um, yeah, I mean, you're so motivating. You really, I mean, when I first introduced the show, I said how motivating and you captivate everybody because you're so inspiring, beautiful smile. It's just great what you do every single day. And as far as your therapy, this is something because I know in the beginning I couldn't promote all the things because it's pretty broad. It's beautiful how many things you do. And the first one it says you can't sit still. Yeah,
uh, well, whatever.
yeah. But that's good though. I mean, you're not going to let this disability that we have slow you down at all.
I think so. Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, a lot of people like, um, Allison or Dennis or Todd, who is work speaking also together, meaning I go with 3 or 4 people who has aphasia and they're speaking about their story. So you can, I can, so I have Facebook, so you can see a lot of sports, but also speaking with people with disability or people speech pathology students. They understand more than before. With Dennis is speaking with, he is a chef, or Allison is a teacher, or Todd Todd I think Todd, I don't know, whatever. He was a computer nerds.
You know,
Uh,
yeah, that's okay. I mean, I use the Geek Squad all the time, and I appreciate them fixing my computer remotely. So I love the computer nerds. They really help, and they know that. But it's a good thing.
yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
so what kind of I brought this up here. Obviously, well, he doesn't he? Salute. I right. It could be my friend for life as well as everybody's. What kind of deficits do you have currently? you talk about the hand or
hand and the arm as well. I am after the stroke. I'm walking, thank God, but it's limping. Not limping. It's hard. It's hard for me to limp. Not limp. Is walking. Not yeah. But arm. His arm is useless. um, and then speaking. Thank God. You know, for me, after the stroke, 1 year all I could do is Michael.
that was
So
it?
yeah,
Well, then you've come a long way.
thank God.
You're talking about walking. Do you, because one of my grandkids says I walk like a penguin because I'm swinging my leg out and limping around, and you know. Do you wear an AFO?
No, thank God. But
Wow.
um, many people, one or two people, is walk. What do you say the
Penguin. Oh, AFO. Yeah.
AFO AFO?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I wear one.
Okay, let's go. Tricycling race, awesome. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
not the virus, no. I mean, not for me, but yeah, absolutely. Let's go.
Yeah. I'd love to. And I do have a trike, and
Oh, really?
a trike. Yeah, I do have a trike race. Oh, I, yeah, that's tough. But I'm actually getting a new one, and I'm trying to find one um, that's because I have one now. I used to have one, and I donated it to the hospital when I first had my after the stroke. Donated, didn't realize I should have kept it, but then I got a new one. It wasn't the one I like, so but anyway, so I really am gonna not raffle. I'm gonna give it
You
away. I'm gonna give it away. It's a brand new one. I still use it, but it's a
well,
brand new one. Got it on Amazon, but
really? Wow.
I complained about it, and then they said no, don't return it. We'll just we'll refund your money.
Really?
Wow, I love Amazon.
Yeah, but it's very expensive. The three wheels, um, very expensive. Two wheels is like $100 or whatever, $200. Three wheels is like $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good one you have then.
Maybe. I mean, yeah. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Because
still
mine's three wheels, but it's not that, not 5,000. But you can find you know good ones, used ones that are in good shape. So, but yeah. So what could you tell people out there, Avi, that are really when I say that are very like in the beginning, but you were kind of well, maybe not depressed. I don't want to use that word depressed, but I was,
well, I
you know,
mean, small. Well, again, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I'm crying. But
yeah,
then in my head, I say, you know what? I want to go medical. I am going to medical school, and I'm still working in the future to get to go to medical school. Maybe, but crap. Um, but for me, I love to speak. I was a paramedic, so I speak with EMS or the hospital, but also I love to speak with speech pathology students or
yeah,
OT students, kids, people with disability around USA and Israel and Canada and Aus- not Australia and stuff like that to broadcast my story. I mean, their story. So like it's it's a lot of people is how do I say broadcast not broadcast Um,
I know you. I know you. I think we all understand that. We
yeah. Uh, to build, not to build, to broadcast
yes.
more every week or every month or every year, but it's broadcast, so it's it's good. Yeah,
Awareness. I mean,
yeah, awareness.
yeah, it's absolutely terrific. I'm really proud of what you're doing, and let nothing's getting in the way. I mean, aphasia, stroke, so what? I mean, you're going out there skydiving and whatever. I mean, get over it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Sorry,
No, go ahead. Things pop out, and so sorry.
that's okay. Also, I have the email and phone number. And I can I can email with you, and you
Yes.
can broadcast with everybody. Is is a PowerPoint, my PowerPoint, but I can they will I will I don't worry about me, just broadcast with disability sports, but
Right.
also in New York City and No Barrier Summit and Ability Expo. I also have a lot of stuff with disability sports, so I can email with you with disability sports, so you can see, and maybe you can I can email, and I have Facebook, so you can email them as well. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you let's see. So Jerry, you just made me laugh. Pop out. I don't know. Sorry, Salute. I had a stroke. You remember that? No, but yeah, I know you emailed me already all the stuff, but I'd have to go back and and I'll put it in this
Yeah.
cat, and after we're done, and then everybody can get on that, because those websites they're amazing. I mean, there's so much information in all of them. There's many, and you did a great job on that, by the way. So, okay. This is a dream at first, but yeah, I didn't know where to go. Last thing, did you know what a stroke was when you had yours?
No.
And you're a paramedic.
Right. Meaning I know it's 1 or 2% has complication or dead or whatever, but
Yeah,
it's very small, very small.
yeah,
But then I have a stroke, and I said, "Oh crap!" in my head,
yeah,
and
yeah,
all I could say was Michael, Mike, Michael.
yeah,
So
yeah. I know you're saying it. It's kind of funny, but it's not funny. I mean, I
it,
understand.
it's funny. It's not funny, but it's funny.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So we're kind of at the end. Do you have any last? I mean, everything's been so motivating watching what you're saying. But is there any other your last thoughts? How do you say that? How what can you tell everybody that you haven't told anybody? And because everybody's been probably so motivated now, like I am, what you've been sharing.
Um,
Last final words. No, that's not right, but
uh, Having fun. That's number one. Number two, working. Number three, speaking. I like a lot of people, and me, is speaking, voicing with other people who don't understand what is aphasia, so they understand more than before. So that's amazing, and many people they understand. You, Jerry, uh, vo- email, video with a lot of people, and you are amazing. By the way, Jerry, you're the best. No, seriously, you're the best, because you are speaking with people as well. So
I,
amazing job.
but hey, I appreciate that. I mean, we just want to. I want to get the word out and to let people know, because everything's about the other disabilities, but stroke, we don't hear enough about it. We don't hear. I mean, to me, aphasia, I don't We don't hear enough of what, what it is, what it's made of. Why, because the intellect is still there, as we know.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the word. So people, Mike and Allison, I forget your name. Sorry, uh, Lynn. Whatever you do it. You like you can come and speak, and it's amazing. And you can come and speak, or yeah, just go. Yeah,
Yes, yes, exactly. And just so everybody knows, I'm just trying to look here. Usually, this was on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all and at the same time. So, um, but anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. So if you're watching it, um, I appreciate, and I know Avi does too, appreciate that that you're here. So thank you guys, and I appreciate it. So Avi, I'll keep you on here, but you guys, oh, Mike Peters, join us on Happy Hour. Yes, he was last week, Mike. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone.